Hey, welcome back to A Better Life. I tell you, it's been an interesting show. We've talked to a dry cleaner, learned a lot about clothes, and we've talked about construction and just a whole bunch of kind of stuff that we've had. It's just been a great night. But one of my favorite things in life, when it was back in marching band in high school, and Marla Eagleson. This chick was just an amazing baton twirler, and she really was why everybody came to see our band, was because she was so good. She actually went on to win an international competition, several national competitions. She was from Columbus, Kansas, and I never forgot Marla, and I never lost respect for people who know how to twirl. But more than that, the one thing Marla taught us was how it actually helps young girls, and now probably a lot of guys, I don't know, but coordination and belonging to something that they had a talent and possessed to do. That leads us into tonight's guest. So I want to welcome to the show a lady that is with a company that is called Louisiana Twirl Force, and her name is Susan Jullens. Welcome her to the show. Susan?
Thank you for having me.
All right, so I kind of gave you didn't tell you up front about all that, but twirling is just so cool. I mean, I always, as a drummer in the band, I was always impressed with the skill set, and everybody always loved the batons once they especially lit them up with the fire and all that kind of stuff. That was always real cool. But there's really a backstory to baton twirling, and the discipline that it takes, and how the girls really get into it and become a group and belong, just kind of like a basketball team or whatever.
Absolutely.
But tell us, how did you get into twirling? Tell us your background.
Well, I twirled at elementary school, and when I was in upper elementary, I was a ballerina. And actually, it's quite funny, I had horses as well, and I had a horse step on my big toe, and there went my ballerina career.
There went the ballerina stage, yeah.
So I started taking baton twirling, competitive baton twirling. I took lessons and worked in a team, and just really was an amazing experience. And then when I graduated high school, I tried out for the LSU Tigerette twirling line, and I was a twirler from 1981 to 1983.
How about that?
And then I started coaching after that. It's such a good sport. You get to learn make new friends. You get to have great exercise. You travel. My students have traveled all the way across the state and all the way across the South and beyond. We've competed in national competitions. It's fabulous.
Kind of like when you watch those television shows about the little girls that love to wear dresses and go to the competitions. There's also that for twirling. I mean,
absolutely.
You make a troupe, you try out for a troupe, you make the troupe, which would be yours.
Right.
Then you guys get in a van or fly or whatever and go to international and national competitions.
We do. We practice weekly. We have weekend practices. We get the privilege of traveling together and getting to know each other. It's really a delightful experience.
Is twirling competition strictly individuals, or do you have group twirling? Or
that's a good question. There's two different sections of competition. One is the group. The groups get to perform. Also, it's not just baton twirling, but they have color guard divisions, rifles, saber, that kind, which we also teach. Mm-hmm. And then after the team section is over, then you go into the individual events, and that could range from modeling to twirling 1 or 2 or 3 batons,
wow.
Doing duets or trios. So it's a lot to it.
If you think twirling's easy, ask any Marine how easy it is. Because trust me, especially when you come to weighted rifles and things of that nature, and
absolutely,
start getting it gets crazy.
It does get. There's a lot of injuries that could happen.
Sure there is. Sure there is. But there's a lot of talent that's shown there too. So if your troupe, you said you give lessons? So.
We do give lessons. We give weekly lessons. We actually have 2 different kinds of lessons. We have our recreational classes that are primarily for new beginners, that where they're just learning their basic skills. They march in parades around the community, and we have our recital at the end. Then we have our competitive twirlers who do those things as well, but they get to travel out of state and get the opportunity to display their talent and promote baton twirling in Louisiana.
That's cool. So what age is the youngest age you've seen twirlers start?
Oh, I've seen baton twirlers start as young as 3 years old.
3 years old.
We start at 5. You know, when they're in kindergarten, they're starting to learn some discipline about following the rules. And I'm a teacher, so following the rules is a good thing.
Sure.
For safety reasons as well. And then we teach classes all the way up to adults. Matter of fact, I have an adult twirling class that has ladies older than I am.
Really?
Yes, and they are
Not that you're that old, I mean, being it that way, but I mean, you're used to seeing little kids twirl. You know,
exactly,
like,
and they do some amazing things. They go out to the nursing homes
how cool.
every week and perform for the residents in the nursing homes and stuff, so it's so fun.
You know, you go back to the days when we used to perform, you know, as a band and have the twirl stuff. It was always, especially when we went to competition, you just waited for somebody to drop their baton.
Yes.
I mean, it was like, it's going to happen, and the higher they went, the more the chance of.
Absolutely.
You know.
That's what I tell my kids. You just got to hold on to that baton.
All right, we just have a few seconds left. What is the current state of baton twirling in the state of Louisiana?
Right now, it's kind of dismal, to say the least. When I twirled at LSU, 85 was the last year they had baton twirlers. They did away with the baton twirlers and did rifle, which lasted 1 year. Now they don't have baton twirlers. So it seemed like when LSU did away with the twirlers,
everybody lost interest.
It kind of lost a little bit of interest. Now,
hey folks, there's other schools than LSU.
Thank you. And we are lucky to know that, like at Southeastern, ULL, Lafayette, they have baton twirlers. Matter of fact, there's an amazing baton twirler in Lafayette who is a USTA national champion twirler. So my job is to teach the children and the adults so that they can go out and start teaching.
All right, we're out of time, but I appreciate you
being
on.
Thank you so
much. If you want more
much.
information, of course, you can get with us at the station. We'll hook you up with the baton twirling group. And remember, until next time, have a better life through Jesus Christ.